Hey, stay-at-home mom, hire the nanny, hire the babysitter, take care of yourself. Hi there, this is Justine Calderwood, pelvic floor physical therapist and birth recovery specialist, and I have a message. First, I want to start with a little story and how this applies to you as a stay-at-home mom, or maybe even a working mom, but you feel like you have no time to take care of yourself. I've had my business, the Healing Spot Physical Therapy, since 2016, and got to the point early on. I was doing all the things, learning all the things about business and trying to do all the things and wear all the hats myself. And that's what you do when you're a business owner and you're starting a business. Totally get it. I have 2 dogs, and I got to the point where I was torn between being able to work on my business and having to walk my dogs every afternoon. And at the time, I didn't have very many patients on my schedule, and I did that until it got to a breaking point where I felt like going home, like packing up my computer and putting stuff away, driving back home, which was only like a 10-minute drive, to walk my dogs for 30 to 60 minutes, say, and then go back to my office and work. It cost me a lot of time that I got to the point where I was getting kind of frustrated because it felt like a waste of time to me. And I was like, you know what? I could find somebody to go to my house, walk my dogs, and I could pay them $20, $25 for that hour, and I could still work. And therefore, I haven't lost 2 hours of my time walking my dogs and losing momentum in my workday. And at the time, my husband thought I was crazy. He's like, why are you doing this? Why are we paying somebody to do this? Because you have the time. I'm like, yeah, I have the time because my business isn't up and running, and I need to work on my business. So I just simply didn't listen to him on the pushback, and I did what I knew in my heart I needed to do, was to hire the help that I needed to take that off of my plate so that I could work on my business. So how does this apply to you as a stay-at-home mom or as a working mom? Look, I get it. I was a stay-at-home mom at one time as well, and I felt like to hire somebody to do a job which I was doing and should have had the time to do, I didn't do that. I didn't hire a babysitter only if I was working and I was earning income, because I had this story in my head that that was valuable only if I was earning money to pay for that. However, what I have found in my business and working with the moms that I do, the ones that actually reach their goals, that come in, patients that do the best, are there consistently. That makes sense, right? So I got to thinking, what's the difference between the ones that come in frazzled and they kind of hit and miss with their appointments versus the ones hit and miss with their appointments and don't get the results that they're looking for, or get there part way but never really reach the goal of, hey, I want to be able to feel strong, I want to be able to run, I want to be able to not have these symptoms of prolapse, I don't want to be leaking when I sneeze and cough. What's the difference between those ladies and the other ladies that meet their goals, that feel like they're rocking it, that are confident, that are running, that are doing the things? Well, the difference is the ones that actually show up and they take care of themselves, lo and behold, are the ones that actually do the best. And it makes sense. So I also started to think, well, what makes them different? Because I do find some of my patients that are hit and miss on their appointments. They make the appointments, but then they cancel last minute or even a few days in advance because they tell me, well, something came up and my spouse has to work that day now. He's not going to be around. He has to go into the office instead of working from home. Or my child has an appointment now. I double booked. Well, you know what? Those moms are putting, they're taking care of their families, and that's great, but they're the ones suffering because they're not able to make their appointments versus the ones that also have spouses, that also have a lot going on. One patient in particular I know has hired a nanny, and I think now the nanny works a little bit more, but basically that patient of mine with 3 kids, she knows when that nanny's going to come, and she's going to be able to make her appointments. She's going to be able to, and not just my appointments, she's able to make other appointments for herself, maybe get out and meet a friend for coffee or go for a hike. She's filling her own cup and taking care of herself. Therefore, she can better take care of her family. And isn't that what you're a stay-at-home mom for? Is I know you want to be the best mom that you can be. And all I'm here to say is hire the nanny, find a babysitter, and, you know, put yourself on your to-do list so that you get the care that you need. And what will happen with that is not only will you feel better, but you'll feel better about showing your children what it looks like when mom takes care of herself, instead of always just giving to everybody else and not really taking care of herself. You know, you may not feel like your kids are watching and paying attention to you and listening to you, but they are. And they're going to follow your example, likely more than your words, okay? So that's my little tough love musings today from my backyard is please hire the nanny, hire the babysitter, find somebody you can rely on and trust with your kiddos so that you can consistently take care of yourself. I love you. I say this with love. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Bye-bye.